Plaintiff Sandra Maynard met the defendants at a swingers party that she and her late husband were having almost 7 years ago. Sandra and her new husband are still swinging, and although they never had sex with the defendants, she insists they too are swingers. Sandra is suing her former friends for a loan and a radio. Defendants Sharon Bowers and her husband Joe say their friendship with Sandra fell apart after Sandra's current husband forcefully tried to have sex with Sharon. Sharon claims Sandra's husband even offered to wipe away her debt if she agreed to have sex with him, and therefore they refused to repay her.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I met Joe and Sharon about 7 years ago. They come out to a swingers party that me and my late husband were putting on.
Swingers party?
Yeah.
Never swung with those people.
Never swung with them?
Never swung with those people.
Well,
Who you swing with? Some other friends of yours? Oh.
no, Joe is correct. No, I've never had intercourse with Joe.
Okay.
That is
what
true.
type of relations have you had with
We
them?
were friends.
Oh, okay.
Not all swinger party are sex. Swingers, 90% is social, 10%
Really?
is sex.
What's the definition of a swingers party?
A swingers party is you get together with people that are open and honest about their sexuality. Age doesn't matter, and Joe and Sharon.
All right, but then what do you do?
What do? You drink, you have fun. If you have a connection, then you have sex, but you don't always have sex. It's not always
That's the same
sex.
thing that happens at a bar.
Exactly. Except it's in the privacy of most homes.
All right, you all were having a swingers party,
Yeah.
and what happened?
Well, my late husband and I and Joe and Sharon became very good friends. And we had a friendship for a long time. I'd do anything and everything for him. I still care a great deal for him.
Okay.
She trusted me so much, she even introduced me to her 2 little girls, which are very sweet girls. I bought them a swing set for Christmas. I can see the humor in that one.
Go ahead, ma'am. I got you. You got a piece of work. You're a swinger, bought a swing set for the kids. Go ahead. All right. Couldn't think of anything else for Christmas to buy them.
It was the only gift that the girls had
Trying to get them started early. Go
It was
ahead.
the only gift that the girls wanted that they did not receive from their grandparents or their parents because they didn't have the money.
When did you all end your friendship?
The
and
friendship
why?
ended. I had a party back in, I believe it was June, July. They had come out to it. I thought everything was fine. We all had fun. We're all in the hot tub.
That's all
enjoying
y'all do
ourselves.
is have freak parties.
I like to party.
I see. Go ahead.
There's nothing wrong with it. We're all consenting adults and we're not breaking any laws.
All right. Well,
So
don't
they
stare
came
me
out
in the
to-
eye. I ain't down to that. Go to God. Don't stare me in the eye. I like to party. Yeah. I like them. All right, man.
I do. I like to party.
All right, go ahead.
Anyhow, I thought it was, we all had fun. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of sex going on, but we enjoyed each other's company like we always do. Me and Sharon joked
So
around.
that's what broke up the friendship.
I guess.
They kept coming over and wasn't doing nothing.
I
And you
guess. Well,
passed
that's
them
what
and
they
said,
thought.
y'all can't keep coming through here and not doing nothing. Y'all gonna have to do something.
That's what they thought, but no, that had nothing to do with
That's
it.
not the reason you
No.
ended your
No.
friendship.
No.
Why did you end it then?
I didn't end the friendship. She did.
All right. What happened to your friendship? You give me some background and then tell
Well,
me what happened to your friendship.
She's right. We did know her for a while. We went through her husband's death, and then she got married to her new husband. And I was dealing with sickness and hadn't been out there for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had us come out, and her husband has said that, we all got in the hot tub, we all drank. Well, every time my husband would leave to go to the bathroom, he would grab me and put me against the jets, and I tell him, quit.
Her husband.
Yes. And I tell him to quit.
Mm-hmm.
No, that hurts, stop. I ended up with bruises on my back, and I ended up with 2 handprints on my legs from him.
But ma'am, you knew they were swingers, right?
There's a difference between no
You're
means
kissing
no.
on him and you're loving on him
I was
and you're
not.
rubbing up against
No,
him.
I was
Oh,
not.
yes, you were.
I have evidence that says that I had mutual friends had to step in between me and her husband
Ma'am.
because he would not leave me alone.
Ma'am.
If you say no, that means no. And that's the way it was supposed to be. That was the rules. No means no.
Your Honor, we have witness statements here.
Saying
was
what?
there at the
Saying
party
what?
that
Let's see
night.
it, please, Doyle.
But yet you guys spent the night at my home, slept in my living room.
And I
And there was
with clothes
and
on.
the following weekend, you guys went to another swingers party and ended up in a hotel with those two people that are writing it up.
That's
Because
hearsay.
they called
That's
me.
hearsay.
Hearsay.
So if there was a major issue, why wasn't it brought up? Why could you not call me and tell me you had an issue with my husband?
I did.
We
A
both
week
did.
later.
That's because it took me a week to calm down enough to be able to talk to
And
you.
why couldn't my best friend call me, huh?
It was my business.
You're her daddy,
My
and
yeah.
you have to
I'm
make
her
sure.
husband.
Well, you're old enough to be your daddy.
All right,
And
that's
you know
enough.
what?
You're right.
No insults. I was letting you all kind of get it out so that you could understand each other's position, but I'm not going to allow you to
I
insult each
apologize,
other.
Your Honor.
Judge, the reason why I did not call her was when she was in the hot tub, she watched what happened. She watched me yell no and didn't stop it. I told him, I was like, honey, that's it. I'm done. I washed my hands. I will not be back at her house.
Then
All
why
right,
didn't
but she said you went to another swingers party at a hotel the next week.
No,
Why
we
didn't
didn't
you
go.
Why do you keep
No,
going to
that
these
night
swingers
that you-
parties and don't want to swing?
We are friends with people.
Meet them for coffee.
I
Well,
went
your
to-
friends
now,
don't go to their swingers parties.
Judge, I've been to her house many
You
times.
all are peep freaks. You keep
went
going to
to-
these swinger parties and don't want to do nothing but look.
But I
Don't come around unless you're going to throw down. Well, you tell her, right? Am I right or wrong? Coming around there. Now let me allow her to get to the loan. Go ahead. What's he suing them about?
Well, I had loaned them a total of $2,600.
When?
It was partial check and cash. And the check was written on February 8th
February
of
8th?
2010.
All right.
And it was for $1,500. The rest of it was cash.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
All right. And since they wouldn't put out, you're suing them. All right.
yeah.
26. No, I'm just
Excuse me,
yes,
Your
sir.
Honor.
What's the,
I worked out at her place. She had a bunch of acreage. I did a lot of logging.
okay, we're going to allow you
And
to
I
give your
paid you
defense.
for that?
That's
In
enough.
cash.
I'll allow you to give your defense shortly.
I still paid you.
Ma'am, you want to talk to me? No more talking to them.
You drink, you have fun. If you have a connection, then you have sex. But you don't always have sex. It's not
It's
always
the same
sex.
thing that happens at a bar.
Exactly. Except it's in the privacy of most homes.
Plaintiff Sandra Maynard is suing her former friends, whom she met at a swingers party.
With regard to the radio,
Yes, Joe's truck had gotten broken into, and his CB radio and some other personal items had been stolen. They'd come out, they were playing cards, and he'd mentioned it. So we had a spare radio, CB radio. We loaned it to Joe.
now, what was the agreement on repayment of the $2,600?
She was going to repay me when she got her taxes back.
Have they paid anything?
They paid me $10.
At least you got something. No, some people won't
me,
even
Your
give
Honor.
any good faith. You gave her 10.
Even in her own complaint, sir, we paid 110.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Only because that's what you wrote on the money order.
why don't you owe the
The
rest?
thing is, we did borrow $1,500. I will tell you that. I got sick. We got behind on bills, and we needed help. We asked her for help. When this all party came out, when we went to this last party, her husband, and it's even in our witness statements, said, well, if you have sex with me, your bill's washed.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, it was.
No, I don't think so.
That's enough, ma'am.
Then,
Did you?
did I have sex with him?
Yeah. Well, then the bill's not washed. You still owe.
But to me, that was like, okay, here's prostitution.
They told you what it was, huh?
You know, then to me, that's like, here's prostitution. We're going to pay, if you have sex with me, we'll pay you.
And I'm
So
glad you
then-
didn't commit an illegal act.
Then on the radio, he told Joe that if he got the radio fixed, he could have it.
No, he did not.
And it was
Quiet
also in
now.
the statements.
Your Honor,
No, he did
Yes.
truthfully, it's a piece of junk. I don't want it.
All right, Doyle,
They
would
can
you
have it
take
back.
it from him and give it to her, please? All right. What evidence do you have of anything beyond the $110
I
that you
didn't bring
paid?
them because she had even wrote 110 on our court paper.
Subtract $110, and that's what?
$24.90.
$24.90 is your judgment, ma'am. They admit that they paid $110.
What about my court costs for filing?
Not giving you any. That's at the discretion of the judge, and I only grant court costs when it appears that someone has maliciously come to court or they're filing a frivolous lawsuit, meaning there was no real merit to it. In this case, we had a meritorious lawsuit. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
She lied. He never told her that if she had sex, then it'd be null and void.
Yeah.
That's why we have it in witness statements that it was.
I don't trust a thing that those two said because they cause problems for another.
Get out of ours.
Not a problem. I'm just thankful that my late husband Steve is not here to see what I've turned into.
Don't bring him into this.
I will, because you know it's true.
No, not quite.
No, it's
You
not.
just need to go have a good day and go on about your life and leave us alone.
Not a problem.